Alright guys, we're off into it in round 2 of tonight's Friday Night Magic Standard event. We got 4 rounds of Swiss tonight, no cut to the top 8 because of low attendance. On the right, we've got Stream regular Alec Myers playing a Colossal Gruul deck, which is basically Makihito Mahara's deck from the Pro Tour. Planeswalkers, Mana Dorks, good value creatures, ramping into Arbor Colossus and Polakranos, thanks to Nykthos. And on the left, we've got old Dave Brown playing a junk control deck. Dave Brown is the guy that we all have at our local card shops. He's an older guy. He plays Magic for fun. He's mostly a Commander player, but every now and then he gets a wild hair and decides to enter into the standard Friday Night Magic tournament. And this week he's put together a junk deck. It's basically a black-white control deck with green splash for a couple of removal cards. I think of Veraska as well. So he's just playing the good old homebrew. And he won his first round, so we love any opportunity we can get to get Dave Brown under the camera here. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be up against it here as Alec has ramped into a turn 4 Arbor Colossus here. And Dave is stuck a little bit on mana. Or on business, I should say. So Alec untapping here. I think he attacked last turn with his Scavenging Ooze. We may have missed that on the life total, but we'll resolve that here shortly. Alec going to play a Gruul Temple, scry one away, and serve in with the Colossus and the Scavenging Ooze, and then play another Colossus. And that's probably going to be enough here. Sometimes, regardless of the deck, you have a nut draw that just can't be beat, and Alec, absent some Heroes Downfall, Doom Blades from Dave, as we see Erebos in his hand, and some more lands. He's just going to get beat down here by these Colossi, and very quickly move on to Game 2, so unfortunately not a lot of action there, but that's the way the game works. So thanks to the 135 of you that are watching. We've been going for a couple weeks, so for those of you who have watched this for a long time, I apologize for that. Hey, you want to win these awesome cards here? Like I said, I bought a collection a few weeks ago and had some of these altered forests here. A couple of them, they go together pretty cool. So I thought I would give them away to one of the viewers here. Those are sticker overlays, I think, on this card. They might be painted. They might be painted. I don't think they are, though. I think it's an overlay. But regardless, they look pretty cool. I've got 2 of them, and you are more than entitled to try to win them. As we speak, I'm over at our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. I'm going to make the post now. And just go over there and look for... Hey, buddy. Just look for information on how to win them. You want to sit in here, George? Is that what you're trying to come in here? Oh, just saying hi? Yeah. Hey, bud. Yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how to do this on Facebook. Struggling today. It's been a long week, guys. I missed Monday because I was sick. It's been a long week. Alright, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Look for the post with the picture of these forests. There's instructions on how to participate. Like, comment, and share that post on Facebook. 3 separate ways to enter. And then I'm also going to post it on my Twitter feed later in the night at ZachSellsMagic on Twitter. At ZachSellsMagic on everything. Will get in touch with me. And then we'll take entries all throughout the week, and then next week we'll have a drawing to see who wins these awesome cards. If you're overseas, you are still eligible. If you're watching on YouTube after the fact, you are eligible as well. I believe Chandler Runyon is playing that deck, and he is 1-0 on the night. Our other normal mono red player, Dave Snow, not here this week. So we move into game 2 here. Dave on the play this one, but Alec showing the speed of this deck, chaining a turn 2 Emissary into a Sylvan Caryatid. So it's going to untap with at least 3 mana here. We're going to see a Domri. We are going to see a Domri Rod. Probably going to plus it immediately. Look for a creature, but find none. Just swing in with the Emissary, knocking Dave down to 18. So Dave going to cast Liliana of the Veil, plus her up, go get an Overgrown Tomb, so help to fix his mana a little bit here. And then with 3 swamps on board and the 4th in his hand, he can take out a Pelucranos with the minus ability. Should Alec come up with one, but Alec doesn't have that draw. He has the all 2-drops draw as he adds another Caryatid and a Scavenging Ooze to his board. I think he shocked himself there, so he should be at 16, right?
You shocked yourself? Oh, okay.
Okay, so getting confirmation that Dave is still in the process of deciding if he wants to leave it untapped or tapped. So he is going to leave it untapped, dropping to 16. 5 mana for a Grey Merchant, which is going to be a 4-point life swing. And then we're just going to tick Liliana up again here now that we have a chump blocker. But this Domri is still ticking away here. And I think Dave is going to be hard-pressed to beat the Domri Emblem. Oh, apparently I said Liliana of the Veil. Because why not? The card's amazing. But that is, in fact, as the chat is reminding me, Liliana of the Dark Realms. The oft underplayed and not necessarily seen all that often, but still a fair set of abilities on that Planeswalker. So Alec doesn't attack into the Grey Merchant there. And we see 6 mana Merciless Eviction naming Planeswalkers. So it's going to get his Liliana as well. Dave didn't catch that missed an activation from his Liliana. I think got a little bit too excited about blowing up the 2 Planeswalkers on the other side of the board, but we'll allow Dave that mistake as he is, like I said, one of the more casual players here at the store. Unfortunate for Dave that he couldn't cast that for creatures, as that would have been just as much of a blowout, but still better than nothing. So Alex serving in with his Emissary. No trick, he's just trying to build up his Scavenging Ooze. So Dave clears out a Domri and a big Garruk with Merciless Eviction. So he's in a pretty good spot here. Let's see what his follow-ups are. Gaze of Granite for it looks like 2. So going to clear Alex's board out, going to eat a creature with his Scavenging Ooze on the before it goes away. Draws a Nykthos, which is useless at this point, and Dave Brown looks to have stabilized here. He's on the Grey Merchant beatdown plan. There is Angelic Accord. The kind of card only Dave Brown would play. Dave Brown's favorite card in Magic is Elixir of Immortality, so Angelic Accord right up his alley. Don't know how many of them he's playing. Maybe just the 1 copy for fun. But at this point, that Grey Merchant might be enough to go the distance here. So I'm glad Dave's deck actually shines here. Dave always comes up with some pretty cool homebrews. Dave did at one point introduce us to Devastation Tide Archaeomancer combo at one point in his Turbo Fog deck with Boundless Realms. but every time we got it under camera, it just crapped itself and we never saw any business. But this deck seems to have found a way of firing on all cylinders, at least for the short term. Alec top decks a Xenagos, makes a 2/2 Satyr with it. So at least stem the tide here with this Gray Merchant. So Dave with 4 cards in hand after he draws for the turn. Let's see what he's going to come up with here. We're going to Gaze of Granite for 4, just enough to clear the board, leave your Gray Merchant. Alec down to 11. Caryatid off the top. Alec has 1 card in his hand. Don't know what it is, but it's obviously irrelevant. Dave has so many lands now, he has to pick them up in a giant wad. Adds a second Gray Merchant, so another 4-point life swing each way. Alec very kindly taking care of the life totals for us. I guess it's only the 22 there. I thought it was the 24, but Dave casting another Angelic Accord here. And then another Gaze of Granite for 2. Dave is on the all removal all the time plan. Alec drawing off the top. There's another blocker, so it's not over. As Dave will have to attack 2 more turns here to get through that blocker. Looks like Dave draws a Read the Bones. So he's going to see if he can find the 3rd Gray Merchant in the game outright here. Maybe an Elixir to start making angels with Accord. So he pushes 1, keeps 1. Did we draw an Elixir? No, a Trading Post. Trading Post going to discard a land, gain some life, make an Angelic Accord token. In response, we're going to I don't know what the name of that card is, but it's the Gruul Naturalize. But it's too little too late. Alec had a lot of business up front, but did not have the high end. None of his big fatties. And Dave able to clear the board with Gaze of Granite and Merciless Eviction, answering 2 Planeswalkers. So look here, don't call it a comeback. He's been here the whole time. Dave Brown equalizes in our round 2 feature match with his junk Angelic Accord Gaze of Granite control homebrew. And we move to game 3. The Dark Realms back up. So Alec, both of our players mulliganed here. At least Dave did. Alec with a turn 1 Mystic into a turn 2 Domri. The best thing his deck can do, revealing an Arbor Colossus off the top. So Dave is going to be up against it here. To be fair, I think the last game, as fun as it was to see, it really only happened because Alec's deck kind of stumbled. Alec has draws that are basically impossible for Dave to deal with. We're going to see a turn 3 Nalia here, I believe. No, a turn 3 Xenagos. We know there's an Arbor Colossus and a Nalia in Alec's hand, so tons of business. Dave going to be up against it. This one looks like it could be over very quickly. Dave naturally drawing what's probably the only forest in his deck. And just passing back here, we see the Eviction in his hand, but very unlikely that we're going to get to a point where he can cast it. Burning Tree Emissary off the top from the Domri activation. Likely we're going to cast that. No, we're going to play a land here. Shocks himself down to 16. Cast a Burning Tree with the trigger. We're going to activate Nykthos here. Nykthos for red would generate 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So it would ramp him by 1. I think that's exactly what we're doing here. Nykthos for green would do the same thing. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana if it's green. 6 with the Stomping Ground. That's good enough for an Arbor Colossus. Xenagos is going to plus. We're going to add 4 mana to our pool and then cast the Nalia. Apologies for the glare that we're seeing in the bottom of the screen. But Dave really up against it here. Day of Judgment no longer in the format. Damnation no longer a viable option here. Dave staring down 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, and 18 if you make a Satyr. Dave goes for a Desperation, Read the Bones, but just too good a draw from Alec, as he has the nuts with the turn 2 Domri, drawing a Nykthos naturally, and getting a lot of value off of the synergies of his deck, making a lot of mana with Xenagos and Nykthos, and then winning with some big beaters. So guys, Alec takes our game around 2 feature match. We still got 30 minutes left in the round, so I'm going to step outside and see if any of our other pairings want to move over into our feature match area. So stick with me for a second here, and we will be right back with hopefully another round.